starting with our topic today, that is excess demand. So what does the term refers to? Excess demand refers to the situation when aggregate demand, that is AD, is more than the aggregate supplies, that is AS, corresponding to full employment level of output in an economy. So this definition includes two main terms, that is aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Now what these two terms refers to? So basically aggregate demand refers to the demand of final goods and services in an economy. If I am talking about aggregate demand, I am not talking about the demand of a single consumer. I am talking about the demand of final goods and services in an economy. एक पूरी इकोनॉमी में कितनी डिमांड है फाइनल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज की. एंड इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट एग्रीगेट सप्लाई, it means aggregate supply refers to the money value of final goods and services that all the producers are willing in an economy. Okay, I am not talking about the supply of a single producer. I am talking about the supply of final goods and services in an economy, पूरी economy में. Okay, so now excess demand. Excess demand मतलब excess मतलब something is more. Your demand is more, है ना? आपकी demand ज़्यादा है. Now we will understand this term with a diagram. Okay, so starting with the diagram, so this is our y-axis, this is our x-axis, and this is our point of origin. On y-axis we will take our aggregate demand and aggregate supply. X-axis we will take our level of income, output, and level of employment. Okay, first of all, what definition is saying कि our aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply. हमारी aggregate demand ज़्यादा है aggregate supply से. Okay, so सबसे पहले aggregate supply अगर हम draw करें, our aggregate supply is our 45 degree. Okay, now अगर मेरे को अपना full employment level check करना है, I want to check my full employment, so I will draw the aggregate demand. So this is my aggregate demand. Now the point where aggregate supply is cutting aggregate demand or aggregate demand is cutting aggregate supply, this is the point of equilibrium. This is the point of E, and this is the point of my full employment. This is the point of full employment. The economy is in full employment. Now what we are saying, it is a situation where aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply. It is a point where both are equal. But now aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply. So when demand is more, we will shift the curve upward. है ना? When demand is more, we will shift the curve upward, making a new diagram, making a new curve for shift in aggregate demand. That is, so this is our new AD. That is AD1. This is increase in aggregate demand. So the new point E, where AD1 intersecting aggregate supply, that is E. So E shift to E1, है ना? E कहाँ शिफ्ट हो जाएगा हमारा? E1 पर शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. अब मेरा पॉइंट तो यही था ना full employment का. This is the my point of full employment. मेरे को full employment तो यहाँ अचीव होगी थी. Beyond the full of employment, my demand is exceeding. जब full employment से beyond that, ये corresponding to full employment level of employment है, यहाँ मेरी डिमांड एक्सीड कर रही है, दैट इज माई एक्सेस डिमांड. इफ आई एक्सीड दिस लाइन और मैं इसको रिप्रेजेंट करूँ पॉइंट एफ से और मैं बात करूँ इस गैप की जो मुझे मिला, दिस इज माई एक्सेस डिमांड. ये है मेरी एक्सेस डिमांड. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? सो रीडिंग द डेफिनेशन अगेन, excess demand refers to a situation when aggregate demand is more than aggregate supply, corresponding to full employment level of output in the economy. So this is the topic about excess demand. I hope you understand. Thank you.